Welcome back to One-on-One Sports. I'm now joined by our NFL resident expert turned fortune teller for the day, Josh Norris. Josh, we want to talk some NFL. We weren't quite sure what to talk about. 2 weeks ago would have been the start of free agency, which is always exciting for fans. You have the Albert Haynesworth deals at midnight as soon as it starts. Not so lucky this year with the CBA influx. Let's talk about some players that would have been up for it 2 weeks ago and where they might be once the CBA does get in place, which we hope it does.
Right.
Let's start off with someone that you think might be one of the best free agents in a long time.
Of all time, actually, Nnamdi Asomugha. A guy like this doesn't go on the free agent market very often. He is a shutdown corner and the best corner in the league. I know everyone always talks about Darrelle Revis and Revis Island, but let me give you some statistics from last season. He was only thrown at 33 times, Nnamdi Asomugha, 13 completions, 205 yards and no touchdowns against him.
30 in an entire season.
Entire 14 games. He missed 2 games. But seriously, this guy doesn't come around very often. 2 teams that are very needy in the secondary are the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. And I know the Eagles just spent a lot of money on Asante Samuel.
They have a lot of money in that secondary.
They do, but it shows that they're able to spend money, and they want to spend money on the defense. And then with Baltimore Ravens, we know that their defense is getting a lot older, and their corners and safeties are 2 of the worst positions on the team, actually. And, and so Nnamdi Asomugha would do very well for a team like the Ravens.
I can say. Well, let's talk about another guy, another high-profile guy who the Panthers have let go for the most part, DeAngelo Williams, who people thought was their number 1 running back. Where could you see DeAngelo?
Well, there's a chance he re-signs in Carolina. He wants to go back, but he lost his running backs coach. He went with to actually Tennessee Titans. So DeAngelo Williams, he's going to be 28 when the season starts, so that could really affect him because everyone's worried about these 30-year-old running backs. Right. But he doesn't have so much wear and tear on him because he's been splitting the backfield with Deshaun Foster back in the day and now with Jonathan Stewart. Panthers going to let him go. He's going to go to the Washington Redskins because Mike Shanahan tried to stick with Clinton Portis last year.
They would pay for him too.
And it didn't work out. And so I think DeAngelo Williams would be a perfect fit. He's tore him up in the past, and I think DeAngelo Williams, they want him on their team now.
Wow, the running backs coach reference. That's why we have you on the show, to give us that sort of insight. Let's talk about a notable guy for the New York Jets. Got a lot of press when he came up with the Jets. One of the best catches in Super Bowl history, Santonio Holmes. He's on the market. Where could he go?
Yeah, Santonio Holmes, this is a guy, if you watch Hard Knocks last season, Mike Tenenbaum and Rex Ryan, their jaws were on the floor talking about this guy. And it's obvious that they like Santonio Holmes a lot more than Braylon Edwards. They're going to kick Braylon Edwards to the curb. Santonio Holmes is going to come back. He's a great route runner, and the Jets aren't really worried about his character issues, so he's just going to stay with the Jets for next season, in my opinion.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, let's talk about another wide receiver who's always on the tips of people's tongues, and maybe not so much. He's getting a little mileage on him. Randy Moss, one of the all-time greats. Maybe not so much now. No. Where could he end up?
This might surprise you, but I don't think Randy Moss is going to be under contract with an NFL team next season.
That does surprise me.
Well, just think about it. When he went to Tennessee last year, he was behind Lavelle Hawkins, Justin Gage, all these other 3 and 4 receivers. He couldn't even crack the field. And he has way too much pride, thinks he's a lot better than he actually is. And he's not going to accept that 1-year, $2 million deal that Terrell Owens took last season. I really don't think Randy Moss is going to be in a roster.
So you're telling me there's not one team we talk about this in the draft all the time. Well, it takes one team to fall in love with a guy.
What team always wants a vertical threat? The Oakland Raiders. Do you think Randy Moss is going to go back to Oakland? No. So I don't think there's a team out there that actually take him.
Okay. No, I could see that. I mean, if you talk about St. Louis, they always need a guy. They have no one.
But they want to go younger, and the character issues are a big concern with them.
They're looking to build in the draft. But
exactly.
Good topic. We'll have to see if free agency actually begins. But right now it's time to step away once again. But on the other side of this commercial break, Christian will sit down with 2 guys who will try and talk basketball without the brackets. Get your NBA fix right after this.